Have you ever faced the defense which seems impossible to break? Every opponent's player is in the right position, there's little space for you to utilize, then you feel like you have nothing to do about it. So today let me show you how to unlock or disorganize any defense. And without wasting much time, let's begin. Now you're facing the opponent who knows how to position his players very well in the right time. And the opponent is sure you can't do anything to break his defense. But do you know that you can switch sides and disorganize his defense? Switching sides is an old-school attacking trick which only few players use on the game. So let me show you how you can switch sides effectively. We have two ways of switching sides, and these ways are not really difficult. And number one, which is the most common one, the aerial switch. Here you directly switch the ball from one side to another side using lob-through pass. So you spot your free player on the opposite side of the pitch, usually the winger or fullback. Position your player to face that side where you want to switch the ball to, aim your left stick analog towards that player, then hold the square button to about 3 to 4 bars of power, and the ball will fly above direct to that player you aimed at. You can even add that flare style to your pass. Here you position the ball holder on his dominant foot facing the other side, hold both the L2 and square button, your player will hit the ball in a flare style. Then we have the second style, which personally I mostly use, because it's very effective, the ground switch. This way you either pass the ball from the side of the pitch towards the opposite side, here you oftenly move the ball using ground passes, or you dribble with one player and sprint towards the opposite direction. Pretty fun way to outplay your opponent. What are the reasons why you have to switch sides while building up? Number one is to escape the pressured side. Sometimes you get trapped on that side where the opponent's players outnumbers your players, so instead of trying to outplay these players in times you will lose the ball, here it's recommended to switch sides. I cannot say that you can't break through these players, but the best idea when building up is to take safe options. Number two is to open up space or disorganize the opponent's team shape. If you feel like the opponent is doing a good job of not dragging his defenders out of their positions, in this situation his players are positioned closed to each other and there's little space for you. So try to send the ball to other side. As the ball moves to other side, these players have to shift on that side, so they create gaps between themselves, making it easy for you to penetrate and unlock that defense. And lastly is to be unpredictable. Switching sides, especially on ground, makes your game so unpredictable. At the end of this video, I shall give you a simple pro tip that will make it more unpredictable to read. Now you ask yourself, when should I switch sides? The answers are really simple. When the opponent's players overload on one side, then you need to switch to other side. 2. When you notice a big space on the opposite side, definitely you have to switch to that side. And lastly, anytime, there's no perfect moment to switch side. If instinctively comes to your mind, you should do it. So here are some tips which you can use after switching sides. Number one is to speed up your attack. You have to take it quick and attack your opponent very fast. Here you give no time to the opponent's players to close those gaps open. This is very effective and hard to stop. Number two is to exploit the space. You have to drive into the spaces. This forces the opponent to drag his defenders out of positions in an attempt to press, giving you a big advantage to break that defense. There's some 2 pro tips you should use to effectively switch sides. Number one is to cut it short. The more you switch sides, the more likely your opponent will start to anticipate it, so he will try to stop you. Then if you cut it short, meaning if you want to switch from one side to another, here you don't reach on the other side, you surprise your opponent by changing direction, like going forward, or moving back to the same side. Last tip is to double switch. Sometimes you will switch and the opponent manages to defend well and delay your progress to his goal. This gives time for his players to reposition and again overload on that side. So here still you can try and switch to the other side and move his defenders to open spaces. So that's it guys for today. Thanks for watching.